Hi there, Ali. Nice to see we have more work from you. Great. Let's take a look at what you did here. You lost your luggage, so let's take a look at your letter. Dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing this letter to let you know that I have lost my handbag on a flight number this that went from Newcastle to Sydney on 27th of April 2020 at 1 p.m. Okay, fine. You've certainly given us a lot of the key information here, although I don't really think that using the present perfect I have lost was correct because you tell us when. You tell us when it happened. We know it's clearly in the past, and so using the present perfect like this is considered incorrect. You really should just use the past simple. So it should say, let's make all the corrections. I'm writing this letter to, and I don't really like to let you know. It feels a little informal. So I'm going to clean that up too. I am writing this letter with regard to my lost handbag on flight number this that went from Newcastle to Sydney on 27th of April 2020 at 1 p.m. Okay? Unfortunately, while I was traveling on this trip, I was suffering from fever and therefore forgot to grab my handbag, which I placed under my seat. The bag is black in color, made from leather, and it has one external zip only. Inside the bag, I had my Apple iPad, some cash, and my Toyota car keys. In addition, it also contains my New South Wales photo identification card. As it consists, as it, you have contains already. We can't use contains again. Let's find another word. As, you know what? Let's do it differently. As my ID and car keys are involved, okay? Or as my ID and car keys are crucial items for me, okay? That would have been a nice way to say it. Not I want you guys. This is super informal, Ali. We don't say I want you guys, only if we're talking to our friends, but certainly not in a letter, certainly not in a formal letter. So I would like your company, or I would like your staff, or I would like you to take this matter seriously and not try your best, which again feels really informal. It's you know, it's a phrasal verb to try your best. It's an expression. So instead, why don't we do it in a more formal way? How about and make every effort to find it? All right. So instead, what I'm suggesting is I would like you to take this matter seriously and make every effort to find my bag. Okay. It is unclear here because you referred to two things here. So, and find my bag. In a situation, this is incorrect. In a situation, if your staff is not able to. Let's clean that up too. If your staff is unable to, I would like your manager to write me a letter stating that I lost my bag in the plane and also send me a copy of this complaint. Okay. However, if you do discover my lost bag, I got rid of guys, you can contact me via phone or email. My mobile is this and my email address is this. Thank you for your help and cooperation. Yours faithfully. All right, so let's talk about the task achievement part. Did you talk about your circumstances? Yes. Evidence of your claim? No, not really. How you expect to be compensated? No, you didn't talk about that. And a way for them to contact you? Yes, you did. But two of those bullets you actually really didn't talk about at all, did you? The evidence of your claim is if you filed a claim at the airport and you have like a receipt number or something. That's what they mean here. And you didn't make any mention of that. So it seems like you don't, in fact, have evidence of your claim. Evidence, in other words, that you lost your bag. Okay? So that's one thing. You never said how you expect to be compensated. You only said that you want the manager to write you a letter, but that has nothing to do with compensation. That's just, you know, you want a letter, which I didn't really understand why that would help you. So I suspect that there was some sort of misunderstanding of this bullet, and so that's something you need to be kind of careful about, okay? Let's see, other than that, I thought it was nice. You covered all the other areas. So good job, but do make those corrections. Well, let's go on now to your task 2. Let's see, about democracy being under threat. Let's see what you wrote. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated if democracy is in danger since its beginning is a better idea here, not since it has started, or if voters have no power to control the government due to capital markets. Some believe it is in threat. However, here you need some sort of contrast here. Personally, I totally disagree. This essay will discuss both sides of the argument, and then I will give my own opinion using examples to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, fine. On the one hand, there's ample evidence that democracy is under danger, not from the beginning. Get rid of from the beginning, okay? Is not under danger. We say in danger, okay? Let's see. The central reason behind this is that some countries, as well as people, are against it. They believe that in democracy, a country relies on its citizens to make decisions, and not every citizen is aware and informed of the issues. Therefore, politicians and leaders can get pressured to create unfair decisions and laws. Thus, these implementations and important decisions can affect the whole society, causing huge damage, singular, because damages is something really rather different, to the country overall. Okay. In addition, let's see. So what did you say here? You basically said that democracy is under threat. Politicians, okay, fine. In addition, another thing that is threatening, you're missing a syllable here, there should be an EN in there, is huge corruption and bribery, comma, damaging all sectors of society, especially politics. To illustrate this, many politicians in Pakistan take money under the table and make decisions that are totally against the benefits of the country and its people. Okay? It is therefore conclusively clear that generations suffer because of such corrupt leaders. Such people should be hung to death. My goodness, it's rather harsh in an IELTS essay, and severe actions should be taken against them. Okay, I really want to advise you against that kind of language. You could say that they should be punished. You should say that they need to be penalized. There were a lot of different ways you could say this, but to talk about like the death penalty in an IELTS essay isn't such really a great idea, okay? Let's see. Let's talk about the conclusion and then we'll look at it again. To sum up, I firmly believe that economic power is an unprincipled people in charge of managing public interests to be the main threat jeopardizing genuine democracy. Okay. So, Ali, what I'm doing now is I'm really just reading through your essay again to make sure that I have understood it, that I've understood the points you're trying to make, and if those points are in fact on topic. Okay, 256 words. So it's a little, it's not under length, but it was on the short side, okay? It did feel a little underdeveloped to me in some certain areas. For example, I mean, your body paragraphs are pretty much as long as your introduction, which isn't such a great idea. You do want your body paragraphs to be longer than your introduction, okay? So let's talk about this. Now here you said, some believe it is in threat, or under threat is the right word here. Some believe it is under threat. But personally, I strongly disagree. So you're saying that democracy is not under threat, right? Okay. Then here's what you said. On the one hand, it's under threat, okay? And that's because people don't believe in democracy. And people don't know about the issues. And then politicians and leaders get pressured. You never tell us by whom, so that's unclear. Okay, and then whatever, these politicians and leaders make these decisions. So this paragraph to me wasn't really entirely clear. Who is pressuring the government? Who is pressuring the leaders? It just really wasn't entirely clear if you were in fact in favor of this idea that democracy is under threat because of global capital markets or not, or it was just not clear. I really wasn't sure what this paragraph was about. Now, the other thing that happened is you started here on the one hand, okay? So presumably, we expected to see, on the other hand, we didn't. And so that's a problem with coherence and cohesion, wrong linking devices, okay? The other thing that's really interesting is that you said you're going to discuss both sides, but I didn't really see that either. I didn't see you discussing both sides. It sounded to me like here democracy is under threat, but it's under threat because of the citizens themselves. And here you were saying that, again, democracy is under threat, but it's because politicians are corrupt and it has nothing to do with the global capital markets. So I'm really rather confused. You said that you totally disagree, okay? But then here you're basically telling us, hey, you know what? Yeah, it is under threat because of this reason, and it is under threat because of this reason. So there's some contradiction here in what you said you're going to say and what you actually said. The linkers were wrong. You didn't discuss both sides. You discussed one side of the argument. So there's really some confusion here and some incoherence, okay? So I really want you to be careful with that. I'm wondering if you just kind of started writing this essay and just kind of saw where it took you, or if you actually did some planning. If you had done some planning before writing this essay, maybe some of this confusion and contradiction would not have happened, okay? So I'd be interested in hearing from you what you did, how you prepared, and if you actually planned out your ideas before writing them, okay? So go ahead and correct these, and let's see more work from you, okay? Let's see more essays. I'm looking forward to it, and I want to see you apply some of the things that we're talking about today. Good luck.